Barotrauma is a game about
opiates.
NEUROTRAUMA is a mod that turns the game's basic medical system into this. It looks scary, and it is. But once you've learned it, it's easy to understand the intricacies of blah 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 blah, you just work it. This is not a guide to becoming a doctor, because you're just trying to keep your crew alive until someone else can fix them. Someone qualified. To do that though, I need to quickly explain what kills people. The mod's name, brain damage, is the answer. A person will become deceased and lose control of their character once brain damage reaches 200%, which is bad. Basically, the brain needs oxygen, and blood is the delivery guy. Blood gets oxygen from the lungs, and the heart pushes the blood around. I could talk your ear off about made-up things like kidneys and the liver, but you're a reactor tech, not a doctor. All you need to know is blood moving, and oxygen. The part that kills you is when those things are missing. If you bleed, no blood left, brain dies. If you stop breathing, no oxygen, brain dies. If heart stops beating, blood doesn't go, bad, no brain, oxygen, brains are gone. So how do we stop that in practice? For your part, the answer is first aid. Don't worry, it's easy, but you'll need these things, which you could steal from your doctor's cupboard. A heap of bandages to stop the bleeding, tourniquets for when the limbs fall off, this analyzer to check how much blood is missing, some blood packs for obvious reasons, saline to increase blood pressure if you run out of blood packs, 𝗲𝗵𝗶𝘀 will slow down poisons, the autopulse will restart a patient's heart, and an ambu-bag can make the patient breathe forcibly if they stop. These 9 items fit neatly into this medical container, which costs 2 steel, allowing you to save a person's life using only 1 inventory slot. Even if you can't afford all this stuff, keeping just bandages and tourniquets on you will drastically reduce the number of casualties per mission. Untreated bleeding accounts for almost every patient that dies following an accident, and bleeding indirectly causes most of the complications to deal with in medbay. Now, to actually use those things, you follow this simple list. First, you fix the bleeding, then you replace the lost blood, you use 𝗲𝗵𝗶𝘀 if the patient's poisoned, use the autopulse if the heart stops, use an ambu-bag repeatedly if the patient stops breathing until they start breathing again. And your patient should survive until the doctor takes over. My assistant will demonstrate what this looks like in practice. And just like that, this patient will survive at least 3 times longer on average. Again, bleeding being the #1 killer. Unless they had aortic rupture or a bleeding carotid artery, those things need immediate surgery. But the first aid you just learned will cover most common injuries. Then again, almost every patient you come across will eventually need more treatment than first aid can offer, so it's time to hold them back to the medical bay and... Sorry, Bait, there is no hope for you. You need emergency surgery. If this video gets enough traction, or I get frustrated by the sheer quantity of incidents that happen on Death Wish, I'll make a sequel video explaining how you can do unsafe surgery without the help of your doctor and prevent horrible death by complications. And if you don't help that video get made, and you don't go and watch it right now, your reactor will have no one left alive to keep from